Hello everyone, it's Hawk here, and we have more predictions for the Shadow Riders box. Today we are talking about Titan and his Archfiends. Now, as you know with this, I typically go first with whatever they had in the anime, putting that in there, unless it's, you know, utterly ridiculous, like Pot of Greed, Grace of Charity, or Heavy Storm. Those immediately get discarded. And then we go from there to things that I think are eminently reasonable. This is not what I want, this is what I think we can get pretty much unequivocally. Probably. You can aim a little higher if you want, Konami, but this is what I'm pretty sure is pretty much inarguable. So we'll start with what was in the anime. He had a couple of cards that don't actually exist. Matador Fiend, which is a ritual, and he had two other vaguely Spanish-named ones that, again, don't exist. They've never existed, and they're a little nutty. One just blew up a card when it was summoned, and it just couldn't attack that turn. It's kind of nuts. It's just better than Exiled Force. So, they're gone, because they don't exist. On to what he actually had, which was kind of surprising. I thought he played more of the Archfiends, but no, he's got Infernal Queen, Desrook, Terror King, and then he has Skull Archfiend of Lightning. He also had Summon Skull, but since we're going to have Skull Archfiend of Lightning, I decided there's no reason to have the Vanilla Boy. They might put him in anyway, but it's unnecessary. You can just play him. He's fine. If they want to put him in as an extra, I'm not going to complain. But yeah, this is pretty much, this is the lineup here. It's not terribly impressive. I mean, Terror King and Desrook are cute. Infernal Queen sucks, I'll just say it. But these two together are kind of neat. Because he protects... Yeah, let's actually go over this here. So, Desrook is interesting in that, unlike a lot of the other ones, he is a hand trap, basically. Hand trap. He's more of just hand effect. So when Terror King Archfiend on your side of the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon Terror King Archfiend. So anytime Terror King Archfiend is destroyed, you just get to bring him back as long as you have a Desrook in hand, which is why you do this. Now, the irritating part about Terror King, who is a 2K, is that you can't normal or flip summon him unless you have an Archfiend on your side of the field. But he is a 2K with no other qualifiers, which is quite nice. And then he also negates the effects of effect monsters to try to battle with him. So he's a mini Hades. In short, Terror King is fine. Being a 2K attacker is quite neat. Skull Archfiend of Lightning is just... It's not anything. It's a summoned skull with a occasional protection effect. Whoa. It's bad. Alright, under the spells. He didn't play many that exist. We've got Double Spell. I don't really see a problem with this. It's neat. It requires your opponent to be playing spells, and that's not even a guarantee. What are you gonna do? Steal their Cosmic Cyclone? I don't care. Go ahead. Go for it. Pandemonium, of course. This could also be a skill. I kind of don't want it to be a skill because it's only okay. This completely exists so you don't have to pay the Archfiend cost. That's it. It has a secondary effect where when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except by battle, that part's kind of irritating, you just get to add an Archfiend monster from your deck to your hand that has a lower level than the destroyed card. So, cool. You're playing this so you don't lose life points. Now, if they want to make a skill that's you don't pay life point cost for Archfiends and then you get to, like, a free dice reroll, and then do the Pandemonium search effect. So basically, Pandemonium and then a free dice roll for, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a duel. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. That would be a perfectly okay skill in my opinion. Other than that, Pandemonium just exists so you don't have to bleed out all of your life points. He played Battle Scarred, which just forces your opponent to also pay the life point cost that you pay. So it's Burn. I know how you all feel about Burn. I'm just saying it's here. He played it. It's not even that good, because if you pop that, you destroy the Archfiend it's equipped to. It's not great. Death's Counterblow. Didn't even know he played those. Which is funny, if nothing else. If they do a direct attack, they blow up. It's, again, funny. That's about all I have to say here. I don't think it's good. but there it is. So that's all the things that he canonically played. It ain't great. There's a couple of okay things here. I mean, Terror King and Desrook are fine. Skull Archfiend of Lightning is a 2500 idiot. Neat. Pandemonium means you don't pay life points. That's about all there is. Everything else in here is just kind of crap. Now, here's the things that can make them better or just add more to it. We got Shadow Knight Archfiend. He is a qualifier-less 2000 attacker who only inflicts half damage. That's perfectly fine. He's just a 2k wind. There you go, Loud Cloud enthusiasts. Here's your friend. Also plays well with the Harpy Lady because it turns him into a 2300. Again, he's only inflicting half battle damage, but he's very big. And being very big is nice. When it's all you got, it's kind of what you talk about. Vile Pawn is in here just to be the lowest target, and technically he's an attack redirector, because if he's on the field, the only Archfiend you can target for an attack is him. It's not good, but it's there, and it's kind of funny. So, that's why there's no argument that we can get him. I just don't want to get Bishop, because Bishop just sucks. Bishop is fucking terrible. Vile Pawn at least has some sort of usage, meaning he's a guaranteed search target off of Pandemonium. Not that that means much of anything. After that is the actual queen that I want. Imprisoned Queen Archfiend. During each of your standby phases, you may pay 1,000 life points. This is not optional, or this card is destroyed. That's not why we're here. I'm just letting you know that if you ever manage to summon her, that's what you have to do. It's a lot of life points. That's not what you want to do here. This is why you want her, though. During your standby phase, target one level 4 lower fiend-type monster on the field. That target gains 1,000 attack until the end phase. Pandemonium must be face up on the field, and this card must be in your graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. So Foolish, her, target Terror King Archfiend, he is now 3k. Done. Beautiful. Lovely. She's a giant-ass brick otherwise, but hey, you know, that's way better than her, because she needs to be face up on the field to do this, and she's going to die, because she's tiny. This is better because you just got to get her in the graveyard, and that's not difficult. Now, this is me getting a little fancy with the rest of these. Archfiend Cavalry is fine. He is a 1900 that when he is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you target an Archfiend monster in your graveyard, except Cavalry, special summon it, but it cannot attack this turn. This is a really easy way to get Terror King on field. Also, combos beautifully with Archfiend Commander, who is a 2500 who can be special summon. He basically summons Skull. This is another Summon Skull retrain without actually being a Summon Skull. If you control an Archfiend card, you can special summon him from your hand, but it cannot attack this turn. You can only special summon Archfiend Commander once per turn this way. When special summoned this way, target an Archfiend card you control, destroy that target. You can see the combo here. You normal summon Cavalry. You special summon Commander. Commander blows up Cavalry. Cavalry grabs you a dude out of the graveyard. Pick one, whichever one happens to be in there. This requires a little bit of setup because you have to get something in the graveyard somehow, but that's not exactly hard. But as long as you have something in the graveyard, Cavalry will get it back, and you have your big 2500 Dingus, and I don't know, we'll just go with Terror King because it's funny, and a 2000 attack Dingus. There you go. Neither one can attack this turn, but you have a pair of idiots, and they're large. Very nice. He also has an effect when normal summoned. You can target a level 6 Archfiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up defense position. So you're either getting that, or extra copies of himself. That's about it, because she's a 7. Cool, you can grab one, and if you can protect it, you'll have 2 giant idiots. That's neat. I put General in because he's the Pandemonium Searcher, and there's no reason we can't have him. He is a conditional summon 2100. This is not a problem. I don't care what Konami thinks. Cyber Dragon is not an issue, and this dude is definitely not an issue. He blows up if you don't have Pandemonium on the field. He's fine. Give Archfiends their Searcher. Archfiend Eris is just a Sangan. That's it. She's just a Sangan for Archfiend specifically. Well, she's just all Archfiends, but you know what I mean. Just goes to the graveyard, either card effect or being destroyed by battle. Add an Archfiend from your deck to your hand, except herself. And she's got a hard once per turn on her. She is completely fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with her. She just adds consistency. It's okay. We can have her. Not a problem. Now we get into the funky spell section. We've got Archfiend Staff of Despair. I think this is just fun. This card has never been good, but it could potentially be okay in Duel Links. Speed Duels. I mean, this probably could have been okay in Duel Links. I don't even know if they have it, or if they got it way too late. But equip only to a monster you control. During your main phase, you can make all monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to half the equipped monster's attack until the end of this turn, even as the card leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can pay 1,000 life points and return it to your hand. Which is neat. So you can just get it back for paying a bunch of life points. But really, you're here for shrink. It's just shrink. Sort of. Kind of. Maybe. I mean, put it on Archfiend Commander, they lose 1250. Put it on Archfiend Cavalry, they lose, you know, 950. Cool. I mean, this is fine. This helps you get around all sorts of annoying and irritating things. Helps you, out a boosted Azana. Yeah, he will just out a boosted Azana. That's kind of nutty. Checkmate. This one is highly questionable, not because it's good, but because it's sacky as hell. Just target an Archfiend monster on your side of the field during this turn. Tribute an Archfiend monster on your side of the field. During this turn, one Terror King Archfiend on your side of the field can attack your opponent's life points directly. You can already see the combo. 2 of them in the grave, 1 of him. Checkmate. That's it. He's just 4K and he wins. That's why we don't get this, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just putting it in there because, frankly, it's a very meh card, and they've been known to put questionable things in the game. Hello, Waking. Beyond that, don't. Just don't. It's sacky and stupid. Just don't put it in there. Away. I just put it in here because it's probably one of the most iconic cards the Chess Fiends have. Dark World Lightning! This is not Dark Worlds. No, I don't care. It's Dark World Lightning. Target a set card on the field, destroy it, then discard a card. Boom. Go. It's your graveyard setup for Archfiends. Because Archfiends want to go second. So, pop stuff. Get something in the grave. Get your Archfiend Cavalry going. It's good stuff. Here's Archfiend's Roar. It's fine. It's a 1-turn res that costs you 500 life points. And then they blow up at the end of the turn. So, get your commander back. Pull Imprisoned Queen Archfiend out of your graveyard for a push. That's all this is for. This is for you shoving for game with all you got. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. We want aggressive decks that are not boring-ass beatdown. This card enables that. Please put it in. Now you're probably going, Hawk, what in God's name? That's Black Horn of Heaven. Yes. It's fine. Just put it in here. Bet a bunch of us will start playing it, but we can put it in here. This is because it was in one of his game decks, and it wasn't, you know, Call of the Haunted or Mirror Force or something, so I'm like, this is probably fine. They won't give it to us, we all know that, but hey, it would be neat. So, maybe. And then they're going to do this. We all know they're going to give us Dice Reroll. Dice Reroll sucks. Please don't give it to us. If you're going to do it, put it on a skill. And please don't make it the only thing that skill does. Like, if you want to make Pandemonium a skill, and then it also has, like, a once or twice per duel, like a 2 or 3 times per duel, you get to re-roll a dice, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. That's not a problem. The dice rolling effects of the Archfiends are so ungodly. Nothing. Like, these don't matter. They never come up. I played Archfiends as a kid. They don't come up. Because the target things don't generally matter, and then it's bad, okay? It's bad. It's a really bad card. It's terrible. The effects are awful. We pretend they're not there. We're here for the stats. Don't put this in, Konami. Just skip it. It's not necessary. I didn't put Archfiend Soldier in here, but he could be in here too, for all we know. Now let's get to the fun maybes. I'm going to work backwards on the side deck here. Annihilator Archfiend. I just think this would be kind of neat, actually, because he's kind of a pain to summon. He's just irritating. I mean, unless, of course, we get, you know, Cavalry or Archfiend's Roar, but you can... If you get Archfiend's Roar, he ain't sticking around real long. So the whole thing here is that You target a card you control, target a card your opponent controls, destroy them. If you destroyed a face-up Fiend monster by this effect, he gains attack equal to half the Fiend monster's original attack. Now, if you destroy 2 Fiend monsters, he'll of course gain half of both of them, which can get him very large. And that just lasts till the end of the turn. So he's a Scrap Dragon. This is a main deck Scrap Dragon. With 2,000 attack. Got a 3k ass, but 2k attack. This is fine. Okay? I'm sure we can find ways to cheat this out, but this is fine. He's a big dumbass who can go to 3k if you pop a Terror King. It's totally okay. Not a problem. I just think it'd be neat. Because I saw it and I was like, you know what? I've never seen this card before. What does it do? Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun in Speed Duels. It'd be fine. There's like very minimal way. Like everything to cheat him out requires a bunch of setup. Like, who cares? He's fine. Just let him be. The big boy, who requires a lot less setup. This dude is huge and terrifying. It's good old Archfiend Emperor, the First Lord of Horror. 3,000 attack with a 2,000 ass. And you can normal summon him without tributing, but his original attack and defense become halved. Which is fine. If you summon his way, he'll blow himself up in the end phase, but again, you don't care. Cannot special summon any monsters except Fiend monsters. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Archfiend card from your hand or graveyard. The target 1 card in the field, destroy it. He's just a pop. He's probably fine, honestly. Because summon, banish, pop. Who cares? Cool, I'll Archfiend's Roar him back, and he's 3k, and I can do it again next turn? Cool. You need fuel for him to do this, and there's no way to recur the stuff back out of your banish zone currently. So once it's in there, it's kind of just in there. So, yeah, he's fine. He's fine, Konami. I mean, we would all be building, like, there would totally be an Archfiend Emperor control deck. Let's not lie to ourselves. It'd be very neat, especially depending on what other fiends we get. But this would be very cool. I would very much appreciate this. This is another card that's completely fine. You can just do this. This is totally okay. Charge the Dark World. Target a level 4 lower Fiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then discard a Fiend monster. You can only activate 1 of them per turn. This is fine. It's totally okay. This is not a problem. It's a 2-for-1. You have to have this, you gotta have a Fiend in hand, and then you gotta get one on, and you get one out of graveyard. So it's nice, you know, for recurring cavalry, or getting Terror King back. It's fine. It's not a problem. This card is totally okay. I can't spam it. It's got a hard once per turn. It's okay, Konami. Let us have it. I know this isn't a Dark World deck. I don't care. This is like generic Fiend support. It's okay. Falling down, I'm a little more leery of. Just in a general sense. Because, it's Snatch Steal. As long as you control an Archfiend. Snatch Steal is really good. That's all I have to say. Snatch Steal is a very good card. We all know this. It's nuts. And, an Archetype locked one is still really good. Now, would it be broken? I don't know. But it would be really good. That's all I'm saying. This would be very good. Broken depends entirely on what the rest of the Fiends look like. But I'm just saying, this is very much in the maybe because of everything else that has to go into talking about falling down. I would probably be fine with this. I just figured full context, full disclosure, this one could get really gross. And finally, Archfiend Palabyrinth would probably be a skill, not an actual field card. Because this thing's kind of nuts. All Fiend monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can target an Archfiend monster you control, banish one other Fiend-type monster you control, and if you do, special summon from your hand deck or graveyard 1 Archfiend monster with the same level as the targeted monster. You can only use the effective Archfiend Palabyrinth once per turn. This card is nuts. It is completely bonkers. For instance, let's say your hand is a Desrook, a Terror King, and then just 2 other random things. Target the Terror King, banish the Desrook, and then you can just special summon a Cavalry out of your deck. This guard is wacky. This is insane. So long as there's a specific type and number of frickin' Archfiends. Basically, if it's just the chest fiends, this doesn't matter because you're hemorrhaging life points. Because this would go in your field spell and you can't activate frickin' Pandemonium, so you're just hemorrhaging life points while running them. Now, granted, Terror King is now gigantic at 2,500, and all the other ones are getting equally huge. He's a 26, he's the 3K, he's a 3K, he's 35. They're really big. They are absolutely monstrous. Probably fine? Like, I don't think this is a big deal. I mean, it means you can always get frickin' Terror King on the field turn 1, which is nice, because you can just throw out an Archfiend and just normal summon Terror King afterwards, and you have a pair of idiots. So that's neat. So yes, this is my list. I think this would be fun. Probably could use a little more oomph behind it, but I honestly think the combination of Commander and Cavalry is just kind of cute in and of itself. I'm not actually all that afraid of putting in Archfiend Emperor. We can just do that. Or, I mean, if you want to get fancy, we could Annihilator. Emperor's better, but, I mean, if Konami, if you're scared of giving us frickin' Emperor, you can give us Annihilator. I'm not going to complain too much. Annihilator's at least kind of unique and interesting. But it's okay. You can give us Emperor. Just, got it. Good. Thank you. Your check is in the mail. Anyway, so, what do you guys think? Am I completely wrong? Am I utter wackadoodle? Did I accidentally put some broken-ass combo in here? You let me know. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, and peace out, everybody.